Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Matt, and today I want to talk about preparation and language learning. And I think this is the perfect topic, especially with 2021 just coming around the corner. And one question I would have for all of you is, do you have language learning goals for the new year? And why don't you if you don't? In my opinion, goals are just so valuable. They really can help you a ton in the end of the day to have a ton of motivation, to keep you on track, to reduce the risk that you're going to quit. And so, if you haven't created goals already, I highly suggest that you do it. It's really not that much energy, and it's really not that big of a time investment. And I have a video on it. I'll link it in the description below to kind of help you with that goal creation process. But really, just think about it. What are the downsides of creating goals? Really, I don't think there's much of it, right? And even if you find out that hey, goals or the tracking that you did, didn't work out, you're now you now have more knowledge. You're now more better equipped, and I think that is valuable, right? Just having new insights, new information to kind of help you with your language learning moving forward, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And I do think that if you do create goals and you track your goals, you'll actually find that it probably helps you a lot in the end of the day. So, just real quick thing, really consider creating language learning goals for the new year. But I think it goes beyond that. Preparation, I think, is something that can really help you in language learning quite a bit. Just being prepared in a lot of different ways, right? From a goals perspective, if you have goals before the new year starts, right, you're prepared, you're ready to go, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you're creating goals January 12th, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you're trying to figure out what you're going to do for the week, in the middle of the week, right? Being prepared ahead of time, I think, helps you a lot because it keeps you kind of, on a nice path of what you need to do, and you're not going to be wasting time trying to figure out how to do things or what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, etc. So I think preparation is really key, and it goes beyond just looking at it from a goals perspective in a new year, right? Because in the end of the day, it's just this kind of arbitrary date, right? But I think it's good to be prepared in general when you're learning a language, right? Just being prepared about, what are you going to do for the new week, right? Like, how are you going to study? When are you going to study? What are you going to do, right? And I think that some people, they might approach language learning a little bit more casually. They don't want to have this very aggressive routine. I totally understand that. Some people are going to be a little bit more serious about their language learning than others. But even if you're on the more casual side of things, I think it makes a lot of sense just to be prepared about, hey, what do I want to do in the upcoming week, right? If I want to have a conversation with someone, right, with a conversation partner, what day am I going to have that on, right? Just kind of be mentally prepared ahead of time, from a listening perspective, right? You say, okay, I'm gonna practice listening in the mornings when I'm getting ready for the day. Well, have that audio content prepared ahead of time, right? Like you're gonna watch YouTube videos or listen to YouTube videos in the background. Well, which YouTube videos? Which channel are you going to listen to? I think that just kind of eliminating those decisions you have to be that have to be made, having that preparation ahead of time is just going to keep you, just not having to make those decisions, and then you can just be focused on the core, language learning itself, right? Not on the preparation side. So I think that don't overlook preparation, whether it's, when you're going to do things, what method or resource you're going to do, or even just creating goals in general. I think that it makes a lot of sense to just be prepared because that can really just help you to make an extra little bit of progress in the day, in the week, etc. And remember, it doesn't have to just be preparation for the upcoming year, right? Let's say you had a bad week, language learning didn't really go well for you. Well, prepare for the next week. Prepare that, hey, this is what I did wrong, this is what happened. Let me prepare ahead of time so that the next week goes better, or the next day, or the next month. It doesn't have to be this 2020, 2021, transition. It can be any period of time. So core lesson here, I think preparation is very key. Don't overlook it. And hey, if you haven't created goals for the new year already, just, I think it's a good idea. Give it a shot. I have a video on it. Like I said, I'll link it in the description. And that's pretty much what I had to say. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.